So Texas is number 1 in your AP poll. And number 2 is the Penn State Nittany Lions. Number 3, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 4, Clemson Tigers. And number 5, Canteen, your Georgia Bulldogs. At number 6, just to let everybody know, I do want to round out the top 10, actually. Number 6, Notre Dame. Number 7, Oregon. Number 8, Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 9, LSU Tigers. And number 10, the Miami Hurricanes. Big game coming up first is that August 30th battle between Texas and Ohio State. And that will give us a good barometer as to where those top teams stand. Canteen, college football, your account, what do you got?
All right, guys. So out the gate, man, I'm like Texas at 1. Hey, so let's look at this. I have no objection with Texas number 1, Penn State 2, Ohio State. They won the national championship, correct? Am I right or wrong? They won the national championship last year, and they end up beating what Notre Dame. Hey, Texas is who they are in the SEC. Penn State, Ohio State, Clemson end up winning the ACC last year. Am I right or wrong? I believe they won the ACC. I think they end up beating SMU or whatever. And then Georgia was in the SEC championship, but Georgia ended up losing to Notre Dame and because I think Carson Beck ended up getting hurt, and then they ended up bringing in Gunnar Stockton, which I don't know about this kid, man. So here's what I think right now. I think for the preliminary rankings at this point in the season, they're good guys. But here's what I'm going to say about the whole college football layout, man. When we look at some of those top tier games that are going to happen at the beginning of the season, guys, we got to look at Virginia Tech is going to play South Carolina. That's going to be a big one. Notre Dame. Notre Dame is I'm trying to figure out Notre Dame for the life of me, guys, because Notre Dame falls up under the ACC for basketball purposes. Then they're independent when it comes to football. Haven't been able to figure that out, but they're going to open up against Miami. TCU has UNC. And another big game that's going to be the icing on the cake, guys. This is the biggest game of week 1. I think everybody's going to be tuning into this one. The number 9 LSU Tigers are going to be at Clemson. The number 4 Clemson Tigers. Death Valley against Death Valley. I think that's the biggest game of the college football season that's gonna pop out. So here's the thing, guys. Let's get past week 1. Let's see where everything happens after week 1. Let's see where everybody lands. Because here's the thing, Professor. Here's the thing, wild card. Most teams open up against non-conference opponents. So like a Georgia Bulldog team, we're gonna open up against Marshall. What do you expect of Georgia to do with Marshall? But then you have to keep building and building and building.
Hopefully not lose. Shit.
But if we lose to Marshall, that's crazy. But as I just said, guys, the biggest game of the week 1 of college football season is going to be that LSU Tigers against Tigers, Death Valley against Death Valley at Clemson. That's my take. I have no objection against what's already been forecasted in AP poll. None. No objections for me.
All right. Well, get your champion ready, and we'll come back to get your champion in just a second. Mar, What are your thoughts on college football rankings?
I just think the rankings are just there just to place people based off of pretty much recruiting classes, pretty much. How good did you recruit? And it's just for me, I just think it's a reflection on that and what you got returning, what you did lose in the transfer portal, how do you manage all that? And I think it's just you're just giving Sark his credit for being the CEO of offseason. So congratulations. But so I don't really put too much stock into it. Obviously, you know who the heavy hitters are when you see recruitments that go to these schools. So you know who the heavy hitters are. And not afraid to spend that NIL bread.
Right.
So that's just what that is in my opinion. And even if with some of these big matchups in week 1, it doesn't, now with the playoff, it doesn't kill your season.
Right.
You can I agree with your point, Omar, when you said barometer, see where you're at against other big time programs. But losing one in now in this era of college football is nothing. It's like it is what it is. But we know how we can match up against other big universities. We'll see them down the road. So it now that the season's so long now, it's
It
genuine
is.
now when it really matters now. So,
Walker, who is your college team? Do I know your college team?
I'm a Missouri Tiger fan. We down in
Okay,
there.
I did not know that. No. You just go ahead and keep that to yourself.
Uh,
Anyways, have your champion ready in just one moment. I agree with you. Looking at these college football rankings, right, they serve no other purpose other than to make the blue bloods, the people with reputations, have even more of a reputation. Serves to only spread the gap between the have and the have-nots. Said this on my program the other day. It only serves to keep boosting up these legacy programs, some of them which aren't even good anymore. I talked on my program, the Professor Semanalmente, shameless plug, about how a lot of these rankings would go on to prove that a lot of these teams were overranked and just not even, a lot of the teams ended up not even in the rankings at all at the end of the season. I had gone through and found there was a study done from 1983 to 2005, USC, Oklahoma, and Nebraska, I believe it was, were the three most overranked teams that never ended up as high as they were when they were ranked in, the top 5 every year, even though they probably didn't deserve it. So I agree with you completely on those sorts of rankings and things like that. Everything is going to change. Yes, are some of those teams in the top going to stay in top? Sure, because it's not hard to say, okay, well, these are the teams that should at least at the end of the year be good because they were good last year. Yes, college football does change a lot, but at the same time, a lot of the good teams are good from year to year. That being said, I am not one to toot my own horn, but I will right now toot to the motherfucking toot. But your boy has called the college football champion 2 years in a row now, since it started with Michigan and Ohio State. So now I am going for number 3 in a row. So I will go last. Canteen, who is your college football champion this year?
Guys, I mean, it's so early on in the season; it's hard to forecast. I will say this: I truly believe that whoever wins the SEC, I don't know if it's going to be between Texas and Georgia, Bama, whoever has a dog in that fight. But right now, if I had to pick a team that I feel that's capable and has a propensity to win the national championship right now at this point, before we even start anything, I got to come back to back with Ohio State.
Okay.
And I'm a Georgia fan at heart.
Not a bad pick at all. No, not a bad pick at all.
Man, I got to put aside my biases about Georgia because I think we have a decent team, but the quarterback position, I'm not really sure. Offense and defense on both sides. I got to go with Ryan Day and what he has developed and what he's implemented at Ohio State. So I really feel right now Ohio State is the strongest team coming out the gate to go back and do it all over again, fellas.
Hey, there you go. Repeat. They are one of the favorites. Marv, who you got as your college football champion?
No, I hate to sound like a songbird. I'm like Can, man.
Oh, all right.
Hey, look. Just look at their wide receiver room. And just look at that.
Absolutely.
All right. And no disrespect to Will Howard. He won a national championship. Like, you can start and end with Jeremiah Smith, but I think that'd be foolish of you because they like that wide receiver.
He's a beast though. He is a beast though.
Oh, but yeah. Oh, you can end the conversation, but like still like who's gonna have enough dogs on defense to cover 4 or 5 deep on Ohio State? No, seriously.
Yeah.
No, there's no way you have 4 or 5 corners on your team good enough to cover 4 or 5 wide receivers on Ohio State. You just don't.
Dogs, man. Yeah.
And so in order to be able to, you would have to have something sort of maybe a team that had a really high-powered offense that possibly could outshoot the other team, or a team with a really good defense, a la your Ohio State pick, the Ohio State pick that you gentlemen have. I am going to take your wager of the Ohio State. I am going to go against my pick from last year, and I am going to hitch my wagon like the Oregon Trail, baby. I'm hitching it to Arch Manning and Hot Take Jake's Longhorns, baby. I wish he was here. I am calling it now. The offense, and yes, I know, they have lost so many players. This is blasphemous. They've lost like 10 players on both sides of the ball. Their defense, how can they stop Ohio State? Agree. But I just think this offense is going to be something so impressive. And so they're going to put up 35, 42, 50 points a game.
Okay.
Arch Manning and the Texas Longhorns.
Now, let me caveat, Professor. So, like in about 3 weeks from now, so you think that the Longhorns on week 1 are going to march into Ohio State and win that first game?
No, but I also don't think it matters. Just like Mark said, you can lose at least 1 or 2 now with the playoffs. And if you lose the first week, that's even less like who gives a crap, because they're going to be like, oh, well, each team is much different at the end of the year than they were
at the end of the season. That is, you did make a valid point right there.
I'm not worried about that at all. I do think they will lose that game. And I think they'll get revenge in the championship. So there you go. That's your college football champions. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Subscribe on YouTube at Ball and Buds